This is a walkthrough of what's included with Sergeant Sarah, a modular detective for Unreal. There are 2 outfits, undercover and tactical. These are made from 9 clothing and accessory pieces and 1 hairstyle. You can mix and match these pieces with this character and other compatible characters. There are 89 total materials with lots of color options, and there are built-in morph targets to support live link face, VRchat, which uses the Occulus method, and an extra 65 morph targets with custom expressions. In the video you just saw when Sarah was running around, her hair was moving. I achieved that using a free plugin called Kawaii Physics. If you want to get the same effect, you'll need to install that plugin too. There is a link in the description below, and so it'll take you to a GitHub like this. Just go to code and download zip, and then you'll need to extract that somewhere. Once that's extracted, you'll need to copy it into your plugins directory. So mine is in this location here, so you can see I just copied that extracted folder right here. You'll need to enable that plugin, the Kawaii plugin. So go to Edit and Plugins, type in KAW, and check this so it has a blue check mark. I already did it, so I'm not going to do it again. And then you will have to restart Unreal Engine. And then just go and hit play here. Hit F11 to go full screen, to make sure the character is moving and the hair is moving okay. Okay, let's see what's included here. If you go to the female A folder, the textures, models, and materials folder, this is what's included with your purchase. The demo files folder, you'll get that too. That has a demo with all the blueprints so you can see the character running around with the hair moving, but I made that to check the file to make sure everything works properly. Inside the models folder, these 3 files are the main character. So there's a head mesh, and there's a head collision object, and the main skeleton. All the meshes inside this character connect to this skeleton. Let's take a look at the main head mesh here. So here you can see all of the morph targets. There's a whole bunch of morph targets. The first section is for Apple Live Link Faced. This next section here, all the ones starting with VRC, so those are using the Occulus method for lip syncing. And then all of these down here, there's a whole bunch of extra expressions. It's like a kind of a sneering face. There's a whole bunch of extras. So you have all of the morph targets you could ever possibly want. Okay, let's look at the meshes here. So you can see I named all the files with the similar type of naming convention, so it should kind of make sense after a while, but you can, if you want to change the face color, you can click here and look for the name, like some part of it that's specific, like Sarah, and type in SARA, and you can see you have all the materials for that one slot. So you can change the face color or whatever you want. For the skin, there's basically 3 skin tones, a light, a medium, and a dark, and 3 makeup strengths for that skin tone. So you can go through, change the eyes. There's only 1 mouth and teeth color, and you can change this slot here is for the eyebrows. These folders here are named by location. So there's a bottom clothing, top clothing, shoe, head hair, and head accessories and hand. If we take a look at the top clothing, you can see there's 2 tops for each style. There is a top with hands and a top without hands, because sometimes you don't actually want the hands if you have gloves on or something like that. So let's take a look at one of these here. So I have the skeleton turned off for now. You can change the materials all in the same way. There are morph targets if you want your character to have a more normal chest size. You can preview it by changing these morph targets here. To use those morph targets in the demo, I just did a set morph target, and I have a timeline set to just start from the very beginning and just turn it on. And you can preview, so in the demo, the chest size is more normal, and you can preview that here. If you go to simulate, you can see it just has it always on. So that's how you can do that. So most of the meshes are done in a similar way. The shoes, there's no body part, it's just the shoes. And so most of these shoes go over the legs without feet. These tall boots, there's a short and tall version because the short one goes below pants. So you're not wasting triangles. The sunglasses, they attach to a socket, not the skeleton. The hands attached to a skeleton, and most of these here attached to the skeleton, but the pistol and the holsters, they also attach to sockets. Same with the hair, but the hair has its own skeleton. So this way the hair can be used for any of the female A characters. So let me explain that next. Okay, if you go to our blueprints here, so default pawn class and blueprints, let's go to viewport here. So we have a visual to help me explain. So this character is designed with a standardized body, and that body is called the female A body or the fem A body. So any of the parts that start off with fem A from this character or from other characters I make, all those parts will be cross-compatible. So I can show you the cross-compatibility of the parts for what's included with this character. So let's see here. So top 2, if you click it and type in viz, okay, you can toggle that off and then go to top 1 and turn it on. And you can see it switches out all the parts. So all these parts are configurable, and they should all match together nicely. And if you bring these parts into another character that has a female A body, these parts will be compatible with that too. So I made this blueprint to check out the character to make sure it all looks okay and moves okay, but you can see there's some clipping on the hand. So if you wanted to use this for real, you'd have to get some better animations or make some better animations. For prototyping, this will work fine. It's using the set master pose. So all of these meshes here are hooking up to the mesh above it, so they all move together. If you import in parts from other characters I make, you can drag them into this master here, and then it'll appear down here, and then just drag that over here, and then connect it to target, and it should just connect to the same movements. You can see here, this head here, the main skeleton is not actually moving, it's Quinn. So this is all hooking up to Quinn right here. And so we're actually using Quinn's animations, see right there. So anything that hooks up to that, okay, should work fine. That's the end of the walkthrough. I hope that gave you a feel for what to expect, and thanks for watching.